My name's OJ with Boss Detailing Pros here in Sacramento, California. And today I'm going to give you 3 things to do to keep a client and 3 ways to lose a client. One thing I do to keep a client is I always try to answer on their first call, just because I've noticed if I ever miss a call, it's always 5 times harder to reach back out to them. Most of the time I'm sure they're already on the phone with the second detailing company they found. So I want to show them that I want their business.
For example, right now when we finished the last detail,
Right.
You got a phone call.
Yep.
You couldn't answer.
Yeah.
And then what happened?
So I was talking to my current client. My phone was ringing. I couldn't answer the customer calling. Less than 2 minutes later, as soon as I got in the car, I called that customer back on the phone. They didn't pick up. I sent them a message just shooting it out. Hey, I'm OJ with Boss Detailing. I didn't get a message back, so we'll see what happens.
Now, when that happens, do you leave a message, a voicemail, or just hope for the best?
So I'll call them if that doesn't work. I usually don't leave a voicemail. I'll just shoot them a text showing them that they could also text my number. So hopefully maybe that's more convenient for them. And then I just let it ride. One thing I try to avoid is being late, just because I know if you're late, that's just unprofessional. So then they probably don't want to book with you again. And that makes you late for the rest of your appointments for the day. So that's one thing I always try to avoid.
Hey, you getting messages, bro? You want to check that out?
We'll see. No, it was just the famous marketplace.
Oh, oh, you over there lowballing people or what?
I tried. He wasn't going for it. Then I tried for delivery, and he wants me to pick it up. So.
Oh. All right, man. So you mentioned being late. But being late does happen.
Right.
What do you do when you are running late?
When I'm running late, I kind of just let the customer know, hey, if most of the time it's because I'm detailing is longer than I expected. So that last appointment took longer, and I just kind of let them know, hey, the car was in a little worse condition than I predicted when we scheduled. I'm going to be 10 minutes late. I try to let them know. And I always try to let them know about 30 minutes in advance because I know how long it's going to take me to finish up that detail.
Going back on something you do to keep clients happy is you show up early.
Yes.
How early?
So I like being at least 15 minutes early. That way it takes 15 minutes usually for me to get set up anyways. So I'll set my stuff up and everything's ready to go by the time I call the client out. Or I'll just tell the client, hey, if you're available now, feel free to come out. I'm here. And I'll talk to them, mingle with them, and then I'll get my setup ready. And that way I don't have any downtime and it sets myself up for success.
Now, have you ever showed up early, but the client showed up late? Has that ever happened?
Yes, so it was a night detail too, so that's what made it even worse. Is it was 2 cars at one house. I finished, they were supposed to be there at the same time, so I could work on one while my employee works on the other, and it wasn't there, so we're both working on one car. We knocked it out, and then we sat there for about an hour and a half waiting for the second vehicle, and the second vehicle finally arrived, and then we finally started on that one super late, but I think we finished around 1 a.m., 12 p.m., so there was no details after, which was a good thing. The third thing I like to do is I like to go over the detail that's being performed before I start with the customer there. That way we're both on the same page and their expectations are met, if not exceeded. A lot of people aren't informed on what a true detail is or what packages they're really selecting. They just look at the price point and want that one. So I learned that over time, definitely discussing it with the customer before starting will help in the end. At the end, I give them a wrap up and I kind of show them. When I start, I'll point out if it's like an interior shampoo, some stains. In the end, I'll show them, look, those stains were gone. And I'll show them kind of the touch up areas that I did and show them everything that was completed just so they know everything was done. And the last thing I do to keep a client, which is a little controversial, is I usually throw a freebie or 2 in there. I just finished up a detail and I threw in a free dashboard shine and protect. She was a first-time client, and I'm running good on time, so I was like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to bless someone with a little freebie in there, so why not?
Some other type of freebies that you do for clients?
Sometimes if it's like a normal car, just interior, exterior, they didn't add dog hair removal or it's not an interior shampoo, but there is some dog hair. If I'm good on time, I don't mind doing the extra work to get that dog hair out for them. That is an expensive add-on to add and a very time-consuming one. So I have to be in a real good mood to do that one. Or sometimes I'll do interior shine on the full vehicle, the door panels, dashboard, everything instead of just the dashboard.
Have you ever had a client want a freebie and you're like, nah, man, that's extra?
Yeah, I think before I had a client who wanted a wax. She said that was like, when I was washed her vehicle, she said that's like giving her spaghetti without the meatballs. She said, you're giving me spaghetti without the meatballs. Look, where's my wax? And I was like, well, that is an extra thing, you know. And I said, it's on the website if you want to book it. So go ahead but she wanted that free 6 to 12 month wax on her car.
Did you do it?
I didn't.
Nah.
I didn't. I told her I like my spaghetti without the meatballs anyway. So, all right, guys. So that's 3 things I do to keep a client and 3 things I do so I don't lose a client. If you guys have any other tips, drop them in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe.